Hi, I'm Jim Luckett, founder and co-owner of SailboatsToGo.com, and this is the very beginning of our video series on how to sail. In this video series, we're going to teach the basic principles of sailing so that you've got some things in your mind when you get out on the water and start figuring it out for yourself. I know that you can't just become an expert sailor by watching a video, but by having some of these basic principles shown to you on the screen and explained to you in my words, when you get out on the water, some of it will come back to you, and I think it'll be quite helpful. And then if you need more reinforcement of these principles, you can always come back to this video after your day out on the water and reinforce those ideas. So we're going to do everything we can to make this visual and fun. We've got this toy sailboat with a sail that moves and a rudder that moves and a little sailor that we can move, and we'll use that to explain a lot of stuff. I have these wind arrows so that our explanation is visual about how the boat and the sail have to move relative to the wind. And then we'll use actual clips of real sailboats out on real bodies of water at certain times. And then sometimes I will pretend to be in a sailboat and pantomime things to make it visual and make it clear. So there's going to be 8 lessons. This is the first one. This one's an overview where we will list out what the 8 topics are, and we'll also go over sailing safety. I remember when I first learned to sail, I was about 12 years old. I was in summer camp, and the counselor just put me in a sailboat by myself, pushed me out from the dock, and then stood there on the dock shouting instructions with the bullhorn. Sit sideways. Now pull in the sail. Turn your rudder toward the sail. Okay, you're going great. Oh, push the rudder more toward the sail. Now switch sides. Let out your sail. And it was confusing and chaotic, but at the end of that hour, I had the basics kind of figured out. I had made the boat go out and come back. No one had to go out and rescue me. And so learning to sail can be pretty simple. There's a few basic principles. If you keep those in mind, you'll figure the rest out. So watch this video series on how to sail, and then get yourself a sailboat and get out on the water and figure it out. You'll get the basic principles pretty quickly and then spend the rest of your life enjoying sailing and getting better at it. Now, where are you going to get your sailboat? I hope it's going to be at SailboatsToGo.com. We specialize in extremely portable and affordable sailboats, and we have a wide variety to choose from. One of our main products is the sail kit. We have variations of it. The sail kit will clamp onto an existing canoe or a rowboat, or it will strap onto a kayak or an inflatable dinghy. Could be an inflatable kayak. And it turns that boat that didn't start out being a sailboat, it turns it into a fully functional sailboat that can sail upwind and downwind and across the wind, and it has steering. And the really neat thing about it is you preserve the functionality that that boat originally had, because the sail kit can go off and on at different times. And it's very portable. The sail kit folds into a compact package, fits into an optional sail kit bag that's only 1 foot by 1 foot by 4 feet long. In other words, it's about the size of a set of golf clubs when it's folded up. And I actually frequently take my sail kit with me on vacation and check it, fly on the airplane with the sail kit in checked baggage, and I take an inflatable kayak or dinghy with me to serve as the hull of the sailboat, and that's in another duffel bag that goes in checked baggage on the airplane without any unusual baggage fees being charged on either item. So that's what we mean by extremely portable. We also sell the Snark line of car-topping sailboats. They're lightweight, like about 50 pounds, and they take 1 or 2 people, and you can put it on the roof of your car and easily go to a local lake or pond and have a great time sailing in your Snark. So please visit us at SailboatsToGo.com. Look at the Snark car-topping sailboats, at the sail kits for canoes, kayaks, dinghies. Consider getting a complete inflatable sailboat in either dinghy style or kayak style, and I think you're in for a whole lot of fun if you'll do that.
Okay, let's talk safety. First rule, bring life jackets for everybody and wear them. Second rule, check the weather forecast. Don't go boating if the conditions are going to be too dangerous. Check local conditions. Be aware of currents and tides. Only go boating where there are other people around. Don't go boating in a lonely spot. Be aware of the water temperature. Risks are doubled and tripled if the water temperature is dangerously cold. Bring a cell phone and a waterproof case so that you can call for help if necessary. Set realistic limits for yourself in terms of the wind conditions, wave conditions, and how far from shore you're going to go. Get more safety tips by Googling phrases like rules for safe boating.
We're almost at the end of lesson 1 now. All that remains is to go over a list of the future lessons so that you know what's coming. So this one was intro, overview, and safety. The next lesson is making the boat go and the basics of steering. The third lesson is kind of theory basics, how a sail works to make a boat go across the wind and upwind. Downwind is obvious, but how is it that a sail can take a boat against the wind? Fourth lesson, big turns. That might sound a little silly, but if a turn takes you across the wind direction, so the wind was coming at you from this side, and now you've turned and the wind is coming at you from this side, the sail is going to have to cross over to the other side. And making that happen smoothly and safely and knowing when it's going to happen is part of the basics of sailing. So that's in the fourth lesson. Coming about and jibing. That's the 2 types of big turns. The fifth lesson might be of interest even if you know how to sail, because you probably don't know much about steering with a steering oar. And the fifth lesson is on steering with a steering oar. We recommend it. We offer the steering oar on many of our boats, and we like it a lot. It has some advantages over a conventional rudder. The sixth lesson talks about planning your day of sailing so that you're able to get home when you want to get home. The seventh lesson is tips for sailing upwind. Sailing upwind is one of the hardest things in sailing, and maybe the last thing that you'll master in learning to sail, and so it's important to focus on that, and that's what the 7th lesson is about. And then 8 is 3 ways to practice sailing, with the third one being sailing around in a complete circle, actually sailing a triangular course, because that puts it all together. You'll see all the different sail angles, all the different directions the wind could be coming from, and coming about and jibing. So those are the 8 lessons, and let's get on with them.